Alright, what's up everybody? It's the host of the ADHD Life podcast, Malachi speaking. I'm going to do a quick check just to make sure this is recording. Sometimes it will not record. And it looks like my brother's getting ready for work, so you might get a special, a surprise guest. Is that what it's called? A special guest? Special guest! That's it right there. Special guest! Yes! Yeah! Wow! Alright. ADHD moment over. Yep, it's doing its thing. We are good. I'm also going to give this cord some slack because if we do not, he will trip and fall and it will be recorded on video camera for all to see and it will be funny. Isn't that right, Brian? He's shaking his head. Yes, he's like, I think he's on the phone. With his boo. Always had a gun. You are my boo. It's a good thing I'm not a professional singer. Ooh. So my mother dearest, she came up today, and my place was a mess. Well, in my opinion, it was a mess. It didn't look too bad, I don't think. I think she didn't really care. She was just more concerned about seeing her kids, because the kids ain't seen her in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We've been working, we've been moving, we've been grooving, we've been doing everything. Everything. But yeah, got to see my mother today for it's my sister's birthday. She just turned. Dun, dun, dun. I'm getting old. That's what that means. And so is she. Interesting. It'll get better. Maybe one day. Who knows? Well, without further ado. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. We went to church today, and my mom met about almost everybody in the church. I was trying to get us out of there because, like, once church is over, I was like, all right, boom. I played a little bit. She recorded it on the saxophone playing, and then I was trying to, like, pack up, ready to go. I was going to straight shot to the door, and I tell you what, people were just like, OMG, hi, who are you? Are you his sister? I'm like, she got tripped. Like, everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody wanted to meet her. Like, now, is that your mom, your sister? I'm like, that's my mom. Mom, this is so-and-so, so-and-so. This is my mother. I had that conversation like 15 times. Well, I'm sure she had more conversations. There's definitely more than 15 members there. But, besides the point, I think she had a great time. She'll definitely be back. It's just that she lives a little ways away, so it's hard to get up this way. And I understand, especially with these gas prices fluctuating, like, the temperature outside, like, what is going on? Like, you got the gas prices all over the place, you got the temperature and the weather all over the place, and then traffic too. This is weird because we didn't really hit much traffic going to church today. Not that I hit traffic when I get to town. I guess it's only when I'm in a rush. When you're in a rush, I've noticed that's when you hit all the traffic. But when you're not in a rush, easy, whoa, easy like Sunday morning. Don't judge my singing skills. That's not how I sing in real life. Those are just my funny voices that I like to do. Here we go. Oh, we got it. Okay. So I'm writing a couple different verses at once, and I know that seems inefficient, but that's just how my brain works at times. Like, I'll be working on one song, and I'll be thinking of something this. I'll be focused, locked in on one thing, right? Just boom, boom, typing it. I wish I could say it, but I don't want to say it because then it'll expose the song, and then somebody might come over here and, like, take my lyrics or something and then put it in their joint, and then by the time I put my joint out, then that'd be a whole thing, and I'm like, nope, negative. Can't just put lyrics on the podcast like that. I mean, unless I already have the song out, then I wouldn't mind sharing those lyrics. But other than that, I mean, let's just say I have a bad habit of starting one project and then working on like 3 or 4 other ones at the same time. Yeah, really bad habit. My harmonization skills are getting slightly better. Slight, not much, but like slight. Like if we're at 0 inches and you measure out 1/8 of an inch, yeah, that's what I meant by slightly better. It's not bad. Progress is progress, baby. I'm also working on a collaboration with another artist, and I think it's going phenomenal so far. They wanted me to keep my original verse in the song that we wrote like 1.5 years ago, maybe, and I couldn't remember that verse to save my life, but they knew it word for word, and I'm like, yeah, let's scrap that. I don't like that at all. They wanted me to keep it, but I'm like, I'm grateful that you liked my verse that I wrote the first time, but it's just not who I am anymore. I'm not in that headspace, so it's like I can't even. I don't feel those. I don't. When I wrote those lyrics, I was feeling a certain type of way, but now that we I've resolved the issue, I don't feel that way anymore, and I want to like express new emotions, new feelings in my music. So I apologize, but I'm rewriting this verse, and by the time they left, I finished the verse. Actually, they got back home, and then I was just like, you know what? The last line doesn't really have to. It doesn't have to like flow. I mean, as long as the flow is there, as long as the flow is there, it shouldn't have to. I mean, I want the flow to be there and it to rhyme, but I don't want it to be like. I don't want to just spit the whole verse. I want to like. Well, the whole verse isn't really me spitting, but it's. I start off spitting, little harmonization before I even come in. So it's like, what's that section before the verse called? She's singing, I'm harmonizing. Then I come in with my verse, whatever. Because like I originally wrote one verse, like I said, but it wasn't long enough. So I was like, you know what? Well, since it's not long enough, and I'm not in that headspace anymore. I'm gonna rewrite that verse. Rewrote the verse, and then like throughout the week, just reworking it until I got it complete all the way. Boom, bada bing, and then we get to the last thing, and it's just like I basically slow down and talk, but it's the fact it's gonna sound tremendous. You guys are gonna love it. Just trust me. I know it sounds like a mess right now, but it's not. I promise, it's not a mess. And if it is messes, will get cleaned up because I have OCD. Speaking of which, I had to check for any trash. Oh man, I'm trying my best not to look at this corner over here to my right, your left, but yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like it's driving me nuts just a little bit. Maybe if I threw a blanket over it, it'll be okay. But then I'll be thinking about how I threw a blanket over a mountain of music equipment, and then I won't be able to get anything done. I'll be thinking about it all day. So just gonna try to ignore that. I am loving this new truck. I'm not sure if I told you guys yet, but I bought a new truck. I bought it. I got, well, not the one that I was talking about, but another one. I traded. I joined the dark side. I was a Chevy guy growing up. Drove a Tahoe. Now I drive an F-150. Oh yeah. Got an F-150. Just, it's a major upgrade. I'm so grateful. I'm beyond grateful for this truck. It's gonna help me do what I need to get done. It's gonna force me to go out and gig like I want it to. I mean, even though she drinks like a sailor, you know how sailors drink a lot of alcohol. Well, this one drinks a lot of gas, and it's a V8. Yay! And like I said, I wanted this because it would force my hand to go out and get it versus pushing things aside and getting sidetracked with booty and substances. And as a guy in his early 20s, well, mid 20s, I'm gonna say mid. Well, technically, I'm not at the halfway mark yet. So, being in your 20s, booty and substances and trouble. Trouble in my way, trouble in my way. Have to cry sometimes, have to cry sometimes. Trouble in my way, y'all. Have to cry sometimes. Oh man, I'm still looking for another apartment, and I think progress. I think I've been making progress. Making progress. I mean, the reason I've been looking so hard is like because I need that closure now. Like I've got a lot coming up in May, especially like with gigging and everything, and I'm trying to like I want to jumpstart that gigging thing this month. I'm trying to like be out next weekend playing that saxophone on the street. I'm trying to be out there, man. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have to worry about trying to find a spot to live next month. I want next month to just go smooth as butter. I mean, I know I got a couple of gigs. I got one that's all the way in Jersey. I got two that are in Danville so far. I think there's supposed to be another one that I'm getting set up, and then there's going to be a reoccurring one on Sundays. Once I get the call back for that, I'm going to follow up with him this week. I'm just going to be all over the place. Oh, I got another one too at the beginning of the month. That's a DJ gig, so I gotta get a playlist together. I gotta get a playlist together, girl. Oof. I ain't did that in a while. Plus, I had just deleted a bunch of stuff off my computer, so I might have already deleted my playlist. Dang, I really shot myself in the foot there. But I gave you guys a song in return. So it's okay. It'll be alright. It's okay. It's alright. It's fine. But I'm looking at my notes, y'all. Forgive me. I don't want to have to worry about this next month, but most of the places are saying, I don't agree with what most of the places are saying, because, like, I understand if you have no availability, but take the units off the website. Don't waste my time having to scroll through, put in what I'm looking for, 2 bed, 2 bath, X amount of space, and then trying to find overlays for the apartment, what it looks like, and what it's supposed to look like, and stuff like that. I do that because you look at the photos online, then you go look at it in person, and you're like, oh, and now that I do remodeling and construction, it's like I'm looking at these things, I'm like, oh, ooh, no. You want how much? Nah, bruh, nah. Nope, I ain't fooling with you. Save thousands of people of time and gas, both very limited. Like, the stuff's already overpriced. Just do us all a favor. If it's not available, take it off the website and try to make this process more user friendly for people who are looking for a place to live. I mean, the last place, they wanted me to put in an application, which is $150, and then they would get back to me if they had something. That's the only way they put me on like a wait list, and it's like, I'm not gonna pay you guys for that, and it's not refundable. No, that's ridiculous. I can understand if I'm moving into the place, this is a place that I'm locked in, I want to see, but I'm locked in. I've already seen the apartment, paperwork been signed. Like, I can understand, but it's not even like that. It's more so like, we want money first, because if you back out, then we don't get any money from you or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I felt slightly feminine there for a second. Let's just move on to the next topic, okay? This apartment search is like, it's got me messed up, all sorts of messed up. I stopped paying for my Apple subscription, guys, and I did that months ago because someone hacked my card, and the bank notified me when they tried to make a purchase. I immediately shut that card off, and of course, with that card, you have certain subscriptions that come out each month automatically. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I kept getting emails from Alchemy saying, hey, we need a payment, we can't pull money from this. What's going on here? Here we are, like 3 months later. Your Apple subscription has finally been canceled. And I can honestly say I haven't really used Apple Music. I've been on Soundcloud more than anything. I don't know if you guys have followed me on Soundcloud at i.a.m.m.a.l.a.c.h.i. That's i.a.m.m.a.l.a.c.h.i with a period in between each letter. But if you can see on there, I've been reposting SoundCloud songs just all day, constantly. I've got SoundCloud on rotation, and I feel like it'll like help me check out other underground artists, help me know what people are like listening to. That way it'll give me an idea of what I should maybe write about. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like writing about what I want to write about, but at the same time, I was told I need to write something that's like catchy and something that'll pop, something that'll draw people in. And I feel like doing this little deep dive research into SoundCloud is going to help me, because if I listen to the mainstream stuff, I'm going to be too... I have noticed this, like with the mainstream stuff, I've listened to that like constantly growing up, and it definitely inspired me to write and do my own thing. But at the same time, I also judge myself a lot harder than I should, and because it wasn't like what they had going on, it made me feel insignificant or like insecure about my own stuff. And then, I was young, I didn't know any better, but now it's like, okay, So they did this, all right. So now I got to study that, right? And then like being in the SoundCloud atmosphere, like there's parts where people, like for myself personally, I mess up in a song, and then sometimes I don't catch it, and then I hear it later down the road after the song has already been posted. Well, some of these people, they have songs like that where you can tell where they messed up, but it's okay because people still supported them, and honestly, I think it's a great platform. I mean, yeah, I'm not getting paid for my music just yet, but it's like I don't want to get paid on it. I'm just having fun. I'm just floating around, swimming. I'm just treading water. I'm just barely treading water. And like I said, I'm grateful just to even have something to like put my music on. Because 2 years ago to this day, like I wasn't taking music seriously. I was doing other things to satisfy myself versus doing what I really love to do, which is music. And I wasn't investing in myself. Speaking of investments and like investing in myself, that SoundCloud thing, it inspired me to go harder, dig deeper, because they've got some heavy, heavy talent on there. Heavy talent. And I feel like I could benefit from that. But I played my guitar for the first time in 3 months, and it felt weird at first because it felt like I should be better at this. First, it made me feel humbled to know that I can still do it if I put my mind to it. But for having so many years to have mastered it and to still be where I'm at, it makes me upset because I didn't put the time into it and I just gave up on it. Just gave up on it altogether. It's like, screw you. And this was around the time, I think, when I caught COVID. And then, like, that's when I was like reprogramming my brain to like start practicing every day, to set up dates and stuff, and time for me to practice would come and I wouldn't play, time for me to record and I wouldn't do that. And that might be something I'll consider like doing this year. So yeah, I'm recommitting my growth as an artist, musician, DJ, audio producer, all the hats that I have to wear. Like what's the words here? I'm gonna retrain, reposition, transform. No, no. Okay. I'm just gonna stick with recommitting. I'm recommitting my growth as an artist to oh my gosh. I'm recommitting my time to being an artist, musician, DJ, audio engineer, and producer. I want to be as I can't even get my words out today. I'm just all over the place, tongue tied. Hashtag weird. I want to be able to wear as many hats as possible and understand everything that's going on. Like, it's not so much about the money, but more so understanding the who, what, when, where, how. For clarity purposes, like it soothes my anxiety. I also feel like knowledge is power, and the more experience I have, that might better my chances at making it big someday. I mean, it also make me more self-sufficient, save money on studio time, and probably work with some of my favorite artists. But other than that, I mean, I think I'm okay. I think I'm in a good spot. I think I'm in a good spot mentally. It feels pretty good. Doing pretty good. I mean, I've redecorated the apartment. I just dropped a song. I'm working on another song with another artist. I'm working on some personal projects as well. I know I say that I'm working on personal projects. I'm working on personal projects. Let's just say some of them are done, but I won't release them because I don't feel like they're ready yet. Or I have it written out completely, top to bottom, in my phone. I just haven't recorded it. Laziness, man. I tell you for it. No, I just be tired, and by the time I get home, I don't feel like doing anything. So, been like trying to regroup, reposition my schedule, like change things around, rearrange my schedule. That's it. Rearrange my schedule so that I have more time to record, because I got this new gear back here, man, that I'm trying to test out. Like, I traded in my PreSonus Aries 5s for some T7 Atom audios, the activated Neufeld monitor. And one of the reasons why I know exactly what that product is because there's a big old box to the right of me. Well, there's two of them actually. And I was just up there, looking at some headphones for a friend of mine, right? And I was like, I saw the Kali Audios. And I remember I want to say 3 or 4 months ago, so about a couple months ago, I was looking at that particular speaker, and they had some of the 8s in there. And I was like, how much are those? And he was like, they went when they're around 160, 161. That's used. Yeah, it's a great speaker. I mean, you can mix with them pretty well. And I was like, well, do you have any like in stock, like over there in like the testing area? Because I want to be able to. I gotta hear it before I buy it. I was like, okay, let's do that. And we went over there, listened to it. I was like, they sound like clouded. Like there's a layer of like muffled. It sounds really muffled, right? And then he was like, all right, I got you. And then he played me these T7Vs. And I was like, wow. Like the vocal presence in those is like very strong. I mean, it was definitely a step up from the Aries. I mean, so was the Kali Audios. I mean, honestly, they were about the same quality, just a bigger speaker, and it felt muffled, sounded muffled just a little bit. But then he played me, like I said, the i.a.m.m.a.l.a.c.h.i Audio T7Vs, and that was tremendous. It was like night and day, the comparison between the speakers, and I was like, I want that one. That's exactly what I said. I was like, I want that one. So I was like, I'm gonna get 2. Came back in there the other day, traded a mixer, 2 of the speakers, the Aries speakers that I had, and they gave me money for those, plus 10% in the store, and that went towards my purchase. And I showed my mom some of the songs that I've been working on and the new stuff that I've been working on as well. And I was like, also, I let her listen to my latest song through those speakers, and I want to say I did a pretty good job mixing with those, because I've learned this. If you mix with crummy, I'm not gonna say crummy, but lesser. If you can get a good mix out of lesser quality equipment, then you'll probably do very well with more professional equipment. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a world. I'm not saying I'm the best mixer in the world, but for me personally, it was like I said, it was a night and day difference. And they sounded good in my Aries, but they sounded way better in the TV7s. T7V i.a.m.m.a.l.a.c.h.i Audios. It's just, like I said, night and day. Like the vocal presence was crystal clear, the beat was where it needed to be, and I almost wanted to cry. I wanted to cry just a little bit. I did have to turn the volume on them up, and because I had it set to the same settings as the Aries, but that didn't work out. It didn't want to do that. It was just like, why is it so low? Because I was almost maxed out on my Apollo, right? And I was like, no, this isn't right. So I turned the Apollo all the way down, then I adjusted the volumes on the back, and turned my Apollo back up, and then I was like, oh, there we go. Okay, this sounds better. It sounds a lot better. All right. I guess I had to play with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure that's straight. You know what? My neighbors just got home. I'm surprised. Like, they're not making a bunch of noise. This is weird. This is, like, really weird. I don't know how to feel about it. It's so quiet. Like, you hear them walking around, but it's not like like where they like running everywhere and stuff. But all in all, I think it's been a very good week. I'm gonna go hang out with the boss tonight. We're gonna I think he's smoking a pork shoulder. So he was like, yeah, you should come over. I'm like, heck yeah, dude. I mean, I kind of feel bad because I've been turning him down all the other times he's invited me over. But I've always, in my defense, I've always had something else to do. So it's not like I'm just like canceling plans or like just dodging people, because that's not the case. I don't do that anymore. Notice how I say anymore. that's it. That's all I got. You guys have a wonderful and blessed week. I will be back, next time, whenever that may be. Because nobody knows. Nobody knows. All right. Peace.